How's it going, guys? Kevin back at you with another video. Today's video, we're checking out my clipless body mounts for the Arrma Granite. This will fit all versions of the Granite, 4x4, 3S, everything in between. If you guys do have any questions, just reach out. But with that, I'm gonna get into how this works, how to install it, and then back out here for some bashing. So this works really simply. Once it's locked, it's super strong, can pick up the whole body. I don't recommend you pick it up by the body, but that's just showing you that these things are built to be quite strong. They're not going to be nearly as strong as stock body posts, but for those of you who are just out there having a good time, you have a crash every once in a while, nothing too crazy, you're going to really enjoy these. So simple 90-degree twist, just like this, front and rear. Do this one-handed, don't even need two hands. Body comes straight off. The underside pieces stay attached to the body, so you have nothing to lose. And then we've got our stock, or our Fine Laser Designs post there. So you're just gonna drop this in, give it a nice 90-degree twist, just like that. Body's nice and locked, super secure. So with that, I'll show you guys how to install this and we'll get right into it. Starting on the chassis here for installation, this part is super easy. We have our front piece and our rear piece. On the underside, underneath here, you'll see this says Granite front and this says Granite rear. So just keep that in mind. The front piece is much taller than the rear piece. That's the other easy way that you can tell them apart. The stock posts, they just come out. There's a bolt on either side here. Same in the rear. Unbolt those, slide these down. Make sure you're looking where the hole is. It's it can be a little bit difficult to find that hole, so just take your time until that screw starts to go in nice and easy, and then get them bolted up nice and tight. Now on the body side, for whatever reason, I think this is probably earlier Arrma, the holes are actually smaller than on most of the other Arrma products. So you do need a body reamer to make the holes about 6 millimeter. I believe these are about maybe 5 or 5.5 to start. So it's a very small increase. So if you ever did want to go back to stock body posts for whatever reason, there's no real major modification that you're going to need to the truck. So with that, let's get into installing the pieces after we've reamed out all 4 of these holes. Just as a quick reminder, I do offer body reamers on my website. So these are super affordable. I make them cheaper than Amazon that way. If you don't have one, you can pick one up cheap and you don't have to worry about it. For the installation of these pieces now, we have a top and a bottom, and we have our M3x10, and then additionally, we also have our M3 lock nut. So these two pieces here are actually keyed together. So you're seeing when you put them together, you'll notice that they spin as one when they're keyed together. If they're not keyed together, they're going to be able to spin separately. And essentially what we're going to want to do, I sort of recommend just push this piece through. Might be a little tight, so just kind of wiggle it back and forth, and then it should slot in nice and easy. Or you can just tighten it through. Drop your M3 lock nut in there. And basically what you're going to do is take this, push it through the body like that. Take the other side, and you're going to go the keying feature towards the top of the body there, and you're just going to slide that in. See if I can get a better angle for it. And then what I'm doing is basically just pushing against it as I'm sort of threading this in and slowly starting that M3 nut. And then I'm going to hold it by this piece once I got that nut started and make sure that I find where that keying feature is. I want to make sure this piece, see how it's spinning? There we go. I want to make sure it stops spinning. So that lets me know that these things are locked together. And then I'm just going to snug it up. You don't need to go crazy tight. So if you go too tight, it might grab onto the plastic and not spin freely. We can have it spin freely with just a little bit of resistance. So it should look like that and should look nice and flush. If the nut does spin in here, the other thing you can do is just take a pair of pliers and just squeeze the outside of this, and that will just compress the plastic. Sometimes the plastic will expand a little bit, and just grabbing the outside of this with the pliers and just squeezing it will hold that nut off. Again, if the nut spins inside of this, it's totally fine as long as it's flush here and it's not nothing sticking out, because the keying feature is going to lock these two things together. So if I spin on the other side, you can see that's the most important thing. So I'm going to get to the other 4, and then we'll throw it on the truck. So now we have all 4 body posts installed. As I showed earlier, it's a super simple 90-degree twist. And then you just want to pull the body straight up. So when you're installing and removing the body, the key thing to remember is when these strakes are horizontal, that is when the body is unlocked, and that's when you're going to want to drop it in. And if you just kind of wiggle it side to side as you're sort of dropping it in, what I recommend is sort of look where the bumpers are, and that's when you'll get your front to left, and then that wiggle it while it's sideways will help it drop in. And then once it drops in, you just apply a little downward pressure, and then just give it a nice 90-degree twist, and then you know that you're nice and locked in and nice and secure, and you can start going for a rip. So super simple solution. I'm gonna get out there, get this thing out to the park, go take some jumps with it, do a little driving, and show you guys how that looks. These little 3S Arrmas are really starting to grow on me. They're just so punchy for the size, and they feel like they are so overpowered, which honestly is really what makes a lot of vehicles feel fun. Wow, I am definitely gonna be able to do double backflips with this thing. This thing absolutely rips. Let's go for it right here. Whoop. Did a wheelie before the jump, which doesn't exactly help with doing a backflip. I gotta ease into the throttle just a little bit more. Probably be able to do a front flip, although I did not tighten any of the bolts, so that is a little bit of high risk. Woo! This thing's got some wheel speed. Those tires will balloon quite easily as well. Let's try to ease into it here. Woo! A little crash. It's hard to keep the front end on the ground. There we go. Whoop. Little body rub there. Thing will do a wheelie for days though. Look at that. On grass too, no less, which is impressive, just holding it. Yeah, the Vortex, the Creighton 4S, Outcast 4S, this Granite 3S, these things are awesome. Woo! Trying not to get run over by myself. Beautiful landing. I'll ride that wheelie for a while. Let's see if we can do a front flip. Oh, landed it. Just barely. Helps when you're doing a wheelie into the jump. You get a little forward rotation already. Whoop. Missed it. Oh, ouch. Oh my God, I am amazed I did not break the wheelie bar. Let's take a quick look at that. Whew. That did not sound healthy at all. Everything looks fine though, so let's pop that body on and keep enjoying this little pocket rocket. Woo. I gotta stand more in line. It's too hard to hit this small jump. I only brought one out today instead of two. Maybe I underestimated how fast this thing was gonna be. Woo! Yeah, those tires balloon like crazy. It allows it to do some awesome wheelies. Yeah, the problem is you can't steer. There we go. You can't steer when you're doing a wheelie. You get a little bit of direction from those balloon front tires, but that's about it. Not much. Oh my gosh. Take a quick look. Everything's good, still nice and locked. See if we can hit nice and smooth, just big air. Well, we're gonna do a double backflip just because we can. yeah, if you turn those front wheels and go full throttle, you start rubbing on the body real hard. Let's go for another front flip. Oh my gosh, that was rough. It does not seem to care one bit. That is a real beefy rear bumper. Oh my gosh, we can do front flips on the ground like that. That is really nice. No walk of shames. And some people say that I don't durability test these things enough. Well, I try, but obviously you guys are going to drive these things lots of different ways, a lot harder than me, so it's understandable that, you know, some issues may be found later on, but I always make sure to take care of my customers, especially the ones who are buying a V1 of a product. So, but man, this truck is a ton of fun. Oh, right on the roof. Couldn't do the full backflip. couldn't go for 3. Take a quick look, make sure those mounts are still nice and good. Still feel nice and solid. There we go. Everything's looking good. Yeah, this thing is a little tank. It helps with these smaller vehicles too, that they don't weigh nearly as much as the 6S and 8S counterparts. Oh, we did already crack the body. All right, so there's our first little battle scar. Just push that back down. Nobody will even notice. Yeah, cracked it in 2 places there. No big deal. That's what you get for trying to go for a triple backflip. All right, let's see how much air we can get. We'll go for a long jump here. Oh, missed it. Did a nice little endo though. Yeah, this thing feels like it's probably doing 45 or 50. Whoop. Yeah, we are gonna destroy this body if we keep this up. Get 1 or 2 more really big sends to end it off. Beautiful. Just eating so much grass on the front of that thing. Too much fun. Woo! Did we survive? Oh my gosh, no broken things? That is truly surprising. One on a nice single or double backflip. Very, very clean. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh yeah, the body just got tucked in underneath there on one of those bad hits, but yeah, these things are holding up. Again, they're gonna take a decent amount of abuse, but there is a limit. If you guys do end up breaking any of these on hard dirt or concrete or asphalt, if you land on one of these really hard, just reach out. I'll sell you just those individual pieces. I sell just the body sets if you have an extra body, just for $10 if you need one of those. And then these ones, if you do break one of those, let me know and I'll sell you those for the individual price. But with that, I'm gonna get back to having some fun until this battery is dead. Thank you guys for watching. Check out some of my other setups for a lot of the other Arrma products as well as some of my crawlers, and I'll catch you guys next time.